You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Catch every UFC pay-per-view live in full HD at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Harry Buffalo. Join the herd.
Sports Fix listeners, don't wait all day or all week to get in on the fun. The party doesn't stop when we go off the air all week long. The Sports Fix social media sites are your one-stop shop for all things Cleveland sports. Jump over to Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, and become a fan today because we love fans and they create some of the best sports talk in town, Daddy. You'll enjoy talking to your fellow Cleveland sports fans on the Sports Fix fan page. And if Twitter's your thing, well, you know how we do it. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. It's that simple.
Twitter.com/TheSportsFixCLE, baby.
Chat live with the crew during all your favorite Cleveland sports events, tickets and contests and trivia and so much more. Get with us today, The Sports Fix on social media, Facebook.com/TheSportsFix. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. Join the Sports Fix on Facebook and Twitter today.
Hey, it's Hugh Hewitt, and when I want to know what's going on with the Cavs, the Browns, and the Tribe, I tune into Sports Fix.
Live in Ohio, it's time to get your fix. The Sports Fix.
Welcome in, everybody, on the air. Another week, the first full week of 2015, and off and running we go. And you know what? A public service announcement for Cleveland Indians fans out there, just to start things off here. And I'm going to do this every week for the next 6 weeks. But guess what? After today, there are only 5. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plead the 5th, baby. There are only 5 Monday morning wake-ups and Monday editions of the Sports Fix to go until pitchers and catchers report, baby. We're down to 44 days as now winding downhill. Spring training coming around. I know I was just joking with my man Bruce Wood before the show. I said, if the Indians aren't going to give us a ton to talk about during the offseason, cool. Let's just get this. Let's go. Call them now. Tell them Jerry's tired of waiting. Get to camp. Let's start playing some baseball. But anyways, 5 Monday mornings and Monday sports fixes to go after this. So that's a nice, bright way to look at it if you're trying to speed the clock up. And if you're not, then, well, it doesn't appeal to you. But anyways, that was to my baseball people out there. It's like, not that I would know this from firsthand experience or anything, but it's like counting down to get out of jail. You know, you got to X amount of days and a wake up. We've got 5 Monday morning sports fixes to go, and then they're packing up the trucks, moving them down. Pitchers and catchers reporting, all that good stuff for spring training. And I had to say that today, too, because I'm going to go back on something I talked about a week or two ago when I was talking. Listen, there's only one time of the year that you'll ever hear me crying that we don't have snow, and that's not today. That time has passed. As the snow comes down overnight here in Cleveland, where we're based out of, I woke up, I said, man, I don't need it now. You missed it. You missed your cue, Mr. Snowman. Your cue was a couple of days ago. Now we don't need it. Move it on, you know. But anyways, as we get hit with some snow, hammered down with it here, it's supposed to come down most of this week. Temperatures down in the single digits, all of that good stuff. More reason to count down 44 days and counting until we get to spring training. A lot of things going on. A lot of things to get into today. Man, what a weekend. Before we even get going, what a weekend I had here. First off, thank you to you guys who joined us Friday night. Joined me on WINT, both on the air and on the internet feed. What a game. That was the best basketball game I've called yet this season. I got a chance to see the number 2 ranked team in the Plain Dealers Top 25, and really, they're right up there with St. Joe's. I'll tell you what, Cleveland Central Catholic has got a squad of some basketball players. That is for sure. And Lake Catholic gave them everything they could handle the other night, but Cleveland Central Catholic showed why they are most definitely a national title, or excuse me, a state title favorite. I'm already thinking Buckeyes. But you know what? The reason I bring them up, it's not to talk about high school basketball, whatever. You guys may not even be familiar. A lot of you I know not even from Northeast Ohio, but or here now, currently. But the reason I bring it up is because I just want to say, and you guys know, if you listen every day back during football season, I've talked a bit about how, even with my son doing his forays initially here into high school sports, there's good coaches, there's bad coaches, there's coaches that care about the kids, period, because that's what it's about in high school. You're laying a foundation, of course. You're learning the fundamentals of a sport, but it's more than that. I got to tell you, Coach Hughes from Cleveland Central Catholic, I got a chance to sit down just 10 minutes before the game. He made himself just so easily available, but we sat down and I had never met this man before, and within a few minutes it was like just talking to a guy. It was so natural of the conversation, but I'm listening to him talk, and he's such a real guy. I guess that's the best way to put it. And you could tell that it's more than just basketball. Obviously a state title, but it's much more than that. He truly cares about the young men on the court, their problems off the court, all of that stuff, helping them, realizing that for a lot of these kids, Cleveland Central Catholic, you've got some inner city Cleveland kids there. You got a lot of kids who that may be one of their ways to get out of the situation that they're in, or to better the situation that they're in for their lives going forward. And he takes a lot of pride in that part and that aspect of what they're doing, as well as building the basketball program. And Coach Moran too, by the way, for Lake Catholic, great guy. I sat down with both of them, but I just Coach Hughes from Cleveland Central Catholic really made an impression on me Friday night, and I said, man, I got to tell people about this guy on Monday, because he's the real deal. And it's refreshing. I know there's tons of those. I shouldn't say it like that, because it's not the other way around. It's not like there's tons of bad, coaching and stuff. There's a lot more than there should be bad, and people that don't care about the right things, but this is what it's all about. And I just wanted to mention that. And it was a great game too, so that was a good time. But the next day, of course, my weekend went off track a little bit. Let me tell you guys, I'm sitting here right now broadcasting today's show with the greatest, and I'm not even joking about this, the greatest, this is movie studio quality black eye that I've got here. I mean, I don't think a makeup guy could do justice to what I've got here. I caught an accidental, I wrestle, for those of you guys that are tuning in for the first time. I do some professional wrestling on the side, and went up to Erie this weekend, took a headbutt to the eye socket. I fractured my left eye socket, and this is going to be fun for a couple of weeks here. I actually fractured the bone above my orbital socket there. You can actually feel the hole with your finger. It's pretty awesome there if you're into awesome injuries. But anyways, this thing is epic. I actually wrestled twice, and I took the injury in the first match, and it didn't really bother me. I've taken plenty of shots before, but in the second match, it started to swell from my blood pumping, and by the time I was done, this thing was, I drove home, my left eye, I looked like a scene out of Rocky, brother. It was practically swollen shut, and it just continues to get all kinds of awesome colors in the next 2 days. And so anyways, it is what it is. Luckily, I don't have a wrestling match for the next, I think 3 weeks or so, and it's about 3 or 4 weeks that it'll take for this to start healing, and then I'll just have to be a little careful from there for the next few weeks. But anyways, I wish I could show it to you now, but I'm on the air here. It is movie studio quality for sure. This black eye. I look like I'm the one that went 5 rounds with John Jones and Daniel Cormier the other night. By the way, what a fight that was too. I really thought that Cormier had a shot to get him. For those of you guys that get into UFC, John Jones, one of the best, and I really thought maybe Cormier's got him. I thought the youth of Jones would give him a bit of an edge, but John Jones decisioned him out again, and he keeps that train rolling. Bones Jones, the build-up to that fight, if you guys are UFC guys, you know what I'm talking about. The build-up to that fight was pretty epic, and And both guys were ready to go, and you can tell they came out with some juice, with some vigor against each other. But I look like I was in the middle of that fight here. I look like Stipe. I was joking with somebody the other day. I said, Stipe and Dos Santos, that fight was so nasty. Stipe's taking pictures from the fire station 2-3 weeks later. Those black eyes still look fresh, and they're already weeks old, man. So, anyways, I'll be like that. And the good thing is I get to go to these high school basketball games for the next few weeks looking like I just went 12 rounds. Well, no, I look like I just went 30 seconds with Mike Tyson, because I would look a lot worse. But I look like I took one good shot anyway from Mike Tyson. So now I get to go to these high schools and explain to every athletic director and everybody that I come across, ooh, what happened to you? Oh, nah, I'm a pro wrestler. And then you know what they're going to say. Oh, well, I thought that stuff was fake. Yeah, well, take a picture of my eye and go tell that to people the next time they say it. But anyway, so that's where I'm at here this weekend, and my left side of my head is just absolutely killing me here as we've gotten past the swelling and we're into the painful part of this now for the next few days. Talking just happens to exasperate the pain a little bit. And my job entails talking. So what are we supposed to do, baby? We just keep doing what we're doing, man. It's all good. And we've got a lot to get into. Some good, some sad, some all kinds of things here, man. I've got some things I want to talk. Got Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan. He's with us here a little bit later. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk Buckeyes, talk Cavaliers. We've got so much stuff to get into. Hey, listen, Charles, just because it's your birthday over there in the chat room, let me explain something. You ever heard of the Fresh Prince? Like he said, I think I could beat Mike Tyson. Okay, I'm just kidding. I couldn't last 30 seconds. What are you talking about? I'd be like the reverse Buster Douglas. I would just want to get the payoff, and then I'm taking a dive. I'm not even going to lie, man. First time Mike Tyson swings at me, I'm done. I'm down. I don't even know if I'll wait for the punch to connect before I hit the ground, but I will definitely not wait too long to cash the check. I can tell you that, because I'll take a dive for Mike Tyson. But anyways, joking around. My man Charles Morgan in the chat room. Happy birthday, by the way, to Charles over there in the chat room. And I want to give him a shout out. We got a lot of things to go, a lot of things to do. Let's do it. Welcome in, you guys. Monday edition of the Sports Fix. We are on the air, off and running, walking wounded and everything. Who cares? This is what we do, baby. J-Rock with you guys, welcoming you in. Jerry Myers to the Sports Fix. Yeah, I know. I've got multiple aliases and names and nicknames. I'm the big daddy on the microphone. I am the conductor of the madness here on the Sports Fix. Speaking of well, I'm not even going to get into the madness that I created on one of our Facebook pages over the weekend. Let's just say it's a practical joke gone incredibly, geniusly, insanely incredible over the weekend. I'll just leave that there. 1,200 comments and counting on that thing. Anyways, welcome in to the Sports Fix. For those of you that they're probably now scratching the head going, what is he just talking about? Go to our Facebook page. Or if you follow us on Facebook, you probably will see in your news feed what I'm referring to. But big contest, big prizes going on Facebook right now. For those of you that don't know what I'm referring to, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Welcome into the Sports Fix. As I said, J-Rock rolling things along. Welcome in however you're joining us each and every weekday. Hopefully every weekday. Maybe this is your first day, but welcome in however across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock with you guys here. Maybe that means you're listening on TuneIn and TuneIn's radio app worldwide, on Spreaker and Mixler, their respective digital and mobile applications. Perhaps you're enjoying the show right on our home base, our website, thesportsfix.net. Thank you guys so much for being with us as well. Shout out to everybody listening 24/7 around the world, all hours of the day and night on iHeartRadio, the world's largest internet radio provider, on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud. I just found a new one today that I guess has been doing the show for a while, and we were just added to them. They're one of those that just collects the podcast / internet shows / terrestrial radio shows, whatever, and player.fm. They got that going, and so shout out to you guys however you're enjoying the show, on Spreaker, on SoundCloud, on all of the digital applications as well. Thank you for being a part of the show. iTunes, however you download, listen live, feed it, subscribe it. You are the lifeblood of this bad boy. You are why I get up here and you're the reason I'm sitting here with a fractured orbital socket, putting myself through pain to do. I'm just kidding, man. I got a high pain tolerance, brother. But, and I'd be here anyway. I'm just having some fun, making you feel bad for me. Is it working? Because I'll take donations. Next thing you know, I got a cup out, and I'm just saying, man, brother's got to make a living somehow. Thank you guys, seriously, for being a part of us and be a part of the show. Pick up the phone, 216-539-7535. 216-539-7535. The number to call if you can't get to the phones, then hit us up on Facebook, on Twitter, Facebook.